And good afternoon. Yes, I know. I normally stream at 8 o'clock, and it's now nearly 20 past 8. That's because I was busy talking to somebody on Discord, and I forgot about the time, and then OBS wanted to update. And I'm still waiting for my laptop to actually bring up the YouTube stream. So I can't really go anywhere. I can't even interact with you yet until my stream has finally sorted it out. So come on, laptop. It's supposed to be a brand new bloody laptop. It's less than a year old. I mean, it's like seriously slow. I don't even know what my bloody. Oh god, I'm gonna close it down. Right, shouldn't take that long to boot up. Well, as you can see, I'm in Finland right now. My bloody computer. I'm having computer problems after computer problems after computer problems. It just does not want to load. Right, Control Alt Delete. Firefox is not responding. Please close Firefox. Now preparing security options. Oh, God. I think I need to put a magnet on this bloody hard drive. But it's an SSD task manager. Oh, it's actually up and running now, is it? Okay. Oh, this one's supposed to be using Wi-Fi. It's Lenovo bloody thing. But right. Try again, shall we? Okay, and the task manager has just finally come up. There are no running apps. Task manager not responding. Come on. I think I might need to go down bloody what's it, PC World tomorrow and buy myself a new fucking laptop. Close all windows. Right, try again. Right, now we are getting somewhere. There are times when computers really know how to do my bloody head in. Right, it's up. It's doing something. Because I can't even see if anyone is actually in the bloody chat with me. I have no idea if I've got viewers or I'm sitting here on my own. Okay, you've given me the YouTube splash banner. Come on. Come on. I hope it's not showing us, what's it? That's why privacy edit. Helps to make things public. Right, save. Right. The stream's bitrate. It says it wants me to stream at 4,500 kilobytes per second, but if I do that, it'll probably lag everybody down. Right, I'm now live, I'm now public. Yay. Right, okay. For some reason, Firefox will just close itself down. But I don't think it's so much the browser, it's the laptop. It takes about 5 to... okay, right. Come on. Well, I've got a blank screen at the moment, so there's not a lot I can do. So what I will do, I will go load up now. Get my my job. Right, okay. My laptop is seriously lagging. It's like 7 minutes ago and it hasn't actually picked anything up yet. Okay. Let's go south. Zuoli, I think. Midnight steady run down to Holland, I think. Or well, yeah, I'll go down to Turku and Finland, I think. 101,000. Where'd you use that one? What's the price per mile? Okay. Like 7 minutes ago, and it hasn't actually picked anything up yet. Okay. back this in here. And this will probably take us a couple of hours, I think, on the run. It's not exactly the shortest. I use my virtual banksman to assist me on this task of getting these two trailers in here. And then we shall begin. Oh, I'm still way off target, way off target, way off target. And then once we get to Holland, I will swap over and probably take a container. That's my plan. Now, ETS2 Open Beta has dropped for 1.42. However, that's in the experimental beta stage, to which you have to log in and what have you, and tell your game that you want to be part of the beta. Now, what's new with 1.42? Well, as you are probably aware, STS have brought out their Convoy Mode. Now, what that does is allow you to run a multiplayer environment with a small group of friends, about 8 people I think it is. And when it first came out, there was no support for mods such as Vadix, XF or RJL Scania, or even customs paint jobs, like for if you're like a member of a VTC and you'll want to run together. Now 1.42 brings in mod support. So if you want to have a tandem trailer going down the road in a convoy with about 7 other tandem trucks, you will probably be able to do that. However, we are up in northern Finland and basically what is TMP. So this truck is pretty much vanilla. There we are. My coffee is consumed, and we now have 2,300 kilometers to go. So let's put the hammer down. Let's make this. We've got 25 tons on board, so we haven't really got a great deal. Yeah, it's probably about 36 euro pallets of peanut butter. And we're at the top end of bloody Finland. And we've got to get to basically, we've got to go to Amsterdam. Nah, best not sing bloody Sibelius, I'll probably get a copyright strike. Right, we've got just over half a tank of fuel, so it should be okay for a bit. I've got 400 litres of fuel on board, which is more than some of the other trucks have in the game. And we're just about to cross the Arctic Circle at Rovaniemi. Now, for those of you who believe in the little fat man who comes at Christmas, there is actually a tourist attraction in Finland called Santa's Grotto. And there's a man who's employed, I believe, by the Finnish Postal Service to play the role of Santa. His office, his grotto, his tourist attraction, is not too far away from Rovaniemi. How do I know this? Michael Palin's Pole to Pole. So we've got two options as we come down here. We can either go west and run down through Sweden, or go east and then run down through Finland. My plan is to run down through Finland towards Helsinki. Yeah, so it wants us to run down there. So when we get to Tornio, we're going to turn left. We're not going to turn right. And by turning, so we turn left, and then we can run down through Finland. Once we get to Finland, we can catch a boat to Travemund. Save us a bit of diesel. Save us on our driving time. lo and behold, we can just quite simply enjoy ourselves and cruise. So if you want to do stuff with the mouse, it's always preferable to actually stop. As there's nobody actually up here, we're relatively okay. And you will now notice I've got streamer mode enabled. Well, there's been some updates in with the eruption that's currently going off in Iceland. The Fagsfjord. Sorry, Icelanders, if any viewer from comes across this video from Iceland, I do apologise for the rather lousy pronunciation of the valley where the volcano is located. Well, the volcano that we've generally referred to as Gnar or Rag. Well, there's two craters there, two vents on the same crater. One was called Rag, the other was called Gnar. And the first one that rose was Bob, belching out basalt. Then came Flow, fast lava output. Then Sif, sudden Icelandic flow. Then Ulf, unexpected lava flow. Then obviously Rag, really awesome geology. No. Not again. Right? Oh, not again. Really? And Rag and the sister vent Gnar became the dominant vent, chucking lava several 100 feet into the air. You can actually see it from Reykjavik. Well, for the last few weeks, Gnar has been really quiet. Nothing really happening. Well, there's a Mount Kellier, I think it's called, a little bit closer to Reykjavik, and they've had a absolute fuckload of earthquakes. You know, 700 quakes in one day. Well, at that point, when you get stuff like that, lava is on the move. Actually, I've gone the wrong way. I've gone the wrong bloody way. Never mind. I'll swing it around this roundabout. And the theory is that given the recent activity in the Geldinger Valley, where Fragsfjall is. There could be another eruption or another vent as magma moves underground, bringing the eruption a little bit closer to Reykjavik. So it could very well be that the eruption tracks across the peninsula. Which, if that does happen, it could actually cut off the airport. Slow it down, buddy. Slow it down. You're in the city. Yeah, so I'll carry on going this way. So I'll go out towards Hulu. Kemi. That's Kemi, not Kimmy. Oh, why's my thing not come up? I need to just quickly have a look at something on my hotkeys, because my bloody button ain't on hotkeys. Hide image. Aha. That's image 2 I need. I'll sort it out in a minute. There we go. There we go. That's better. So we'll want to keep trying to turn us back round now. But I say, no, 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 no. No, I'm not planning on turning round. I'm planning on going all the way down the coast of Finland. Line the pace up. Yeah, so as I was saying, if the volcano carries on, it could actually get very close to Reykjavik. That could cause problems for Reykjavik. No modern city that I can remember has had to completely evacuate and relocate its capital. Yeah, I'm not, modern developing country. Yeah, you got the odd island in the Caribbean like Montserrat, where Plymouth had to be evacuated. Plymouth being the island's capital. But Montserrat isn't exactly Iceland. Hey up, Marty. How you doing? I've not long got on. I was running a bit late. Things had to be updated and OBS, oh god, then my computer, my laptop didn't want us play ball. Well, it's up and running now, and I'm heading to the Holland. I'm heading to the Netherlands. I ain't got one trailer behind me. I've got two. And the sat-nav's trying to reroute me, trying to take me back, because it wants me to run down through Sweden, then Denmark. I'm like, nope, 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 nope. I am going to go to Helsinki, and then I'm going to catch the boat to Travemund and go that way. Because it's going to take about an hour to get all the way down Finland. Yeah, you're still messing around at the car park. So I've got an easy day on Monday as well, actually. 6 o'clock start, but it's an easy day. 7 stops. Manchester, Bolton, well, Blackburn, sorry. Manchester, Blackburn and Preston, so quite easy day. And I've got 25 tons of peanut butter on. Not that my favourite colour in the delight. I'm not a keen fan of peanut butter. I like butter, I like peanuts. I don't like peanut butter. The two should not be together. I've just had my tea about a pizza. Tesco pizza. Got a new flask as well. Goes into the kitchen, make myself a cup and say, oh, new flask. Yeah, mother's got me herself a new flask. If my blue one breaks, I ain't got a flask. Remind me, I've still got a cup of tea in that. Yeah. Lousy planning. Half the time. You try planning too much. Oh, that's nice. Nice little number that is, Ellesmere Port. I need to get some logs as well now because when I was at Truckfest, I got myself a Model Eddie Stobart truck. Got Laura Jane on top of my computer. Right, whilst I'm quickly just here, just check my map. That was where I need to go. I can go. Actually, I'll go. Good on that, I think. Yeah, that's true. But upstairs, I ain't not got any idea what driver's hours are or what can be done. They need to do a CPC. Yeah, so I'll stay on this road, follow it down. And the thing is as well, our fleet is too small. Oh god, yeah, so I've heard. Let's get somebody who learns to plan. You know, why are people leaving? Because they're being treated like crap. Yeah, if the planners keep leaving the bloody the office staff keep leaving, drivers keep leaving, doesn't that tell you something? You know, surely that'd be ringing alarm bells in the office, but evidently not. Oh well, never mind. And while the forklift truck drivers have been given the shove as well, and 2 have left. So we've 3 forkies down. Yeah. You're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. But like I say, the fleet is too small. We need about 3 more bloody trucks. You know, 3 medium-sized 18-tonners. And a couple of 7.5s. Yeah, sticking it all on 18-tonners ain't the problem. You know, sticking it all on 26 tonners ain't the solution, because you can still only cover X amount of miles in a day. We need more vehicles on the road. Well, you know why that is. Yeah. So train some of the forklift truck drivers. Get them on the road, get them to the test, and employ new forkies. Yeah. Pay the drivers properly. Look after the drivers, and they will look after you. But no. They've taken on too much bloody... yeah, money. And if they can afford to do that, and give the bloody... Mr. bloody whoever, yeah, in head office, a £2 million bonus, I'm pretty sure they can afford to give the staff a pay rise. Because next year the same boss will get another £3 million bonus. Well, he can afford to give the boss's staff a bonus. He can afford to screw the bonus and give it to staff. Because if a company just 100 yards away from where I live had more frequent work, I'd go work there. Yeah, I can leave my car parked up and I can walk to work. Because on a Saturday, when they're working around, I can hear their forklift rattling around. If I were to stand on in the middle of the road with a golf club and tee off, you'll hear a donk sound, and that'll be the golf ball hitting the gates. My commute, when I went to work there, my commute was 60 meters. Which is great. So, where are we right now? We are there, just north of Visari. Still in the Pro Mods area, but you know, we're heading down to the DLC. Almost on 5 wheels. Never a good thing. All that stuff I was carrying today might have been me, because those concrete bloody sections, they weighed about 5 tons. You know, on the the grey things that I laid them on. But the actual that stuff that I picked up on that stacked on top, that was only louvered blind, so it was quite lightweight. It was less a ton than all that bloody long stuff. The truck felt top heavy. Felt unsettled. So we are at 5. Yeah, that's where we are. You know, this route will take us quite a way. Yeah. Hopefully it'll drop down towards Helsinki, which is what I'm after. You know, that's where I'm aiming for. I've got 63 hours on the job, and it's going to take me... well, probably less than that actually, because the ferries don't eat up time in TMP. But the M6 has been a bit of a fucking fuck up today, this week. The A500 was closed as well today. I only had 4 drops. Well, like 3 of them are really close together, but the 4th was like way up there somewhere. Hour and a half drive to get to me 4th drop. An hour and a half back. Right, let's go. Put some dino juice in this thing. Yeah, that's the... I think it did well with the colour there. Now, if only it was that quick to put on 500 litres at sandbag surfaces. Yeah, fuel up, they say, every day. You know, use Watson's. I've carried on using the BP on the motorway. I've not had any bloody trouble yet filling up. Right. Time now to go get myself another cup of coffee. Right, coffee time. Actually, I'll put that there. So it's not in anyone's way. Right, I will be back in about 5 minutes because we've come down from... we started there. That is probably yeah, next checkpoint 9 hours. So yeah, we've done that. We've actually done 9 hours worth of driving already. You know. Or thereabouts. It's come a fair way. So I will now go and get myself a cup of coffee. Back in a minute. And I am back. So, where are we? We are now... it's taking us down there. No, I don't want to go that way. I want to go this way. I want to go this way. There. Reset navigation. Right, next point is in 6 hours' time. That will take us to... So this route will take us now all down into Helsinki. And then we go from there, we go on the ferry. Might have to spin it around and back it onto the ferry, I don't know yet. Don't know how I feel. See how good I am at backing it in. Because this is obviously as a double trailered outfit, it's not your average communal garden Arctic. You know, this will this kind of setup, it's not the easiest thing to reverse in the world. Well, it's not the hardest. The hardest ones are the HCTs. They're an absolute twat to reverse. Right now, one of my former VTC boss, Rib Sose, is also streaming. Although, on this channel, if you come across this channel and you do like what you see, and you want to see more, you can always drop a comment, and you can always, as well, pray to the gods of like, share, and subscribe. I've been through the city, I still haven't discovered it yet. Keep going around the bloody outskirts of it. However, that's not a problem, it'll certainly might pick up a bit more yet. We'll see how we go. As I take the purple beast down to Holland, where she was made. Although this has been a right-hand drive, I think it was made in Leyland in the UK. I just tickled the curb. Right. And we've also, as well, I don't know if you've also been following the news, there's an eruption going off in Canary Islands, Mount Cumbre Vieja, in outside La Palma. The lava has finally reached the ocean, and everybody was predicting this volcano's going to give us a mega tsunami. You know, if it's going to break away and slide into the Atlantic, it's going to flood out New York. No, 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 no. Yes, there is a crack in the rock on the side of the mountain. However, for that rock to slide into the ocean, you need a massive amount of pressure behind it. Something along the order of Mount St. Helens. And a big enough earthquake to loosen it, and then a large amount of gas pressure to lift it and cause it to then slide on the flashing magma that is flashing into steam and rock, gas and vaporizing shit. But as it stands right now, it's chucking out lava into the air a few hundred meters. For you to have a lateral blast, slow it down, brother, slow it down. It's not a race. No need to be doing 110 up here. The lateral blast that was at Mount St. Helens, you had several million cubic meters of rock slide down the mountain after an earthquake. It wasn't a particularly big earthquake, but what caused it to be so deadly was all the magma pressure. Well, when the pressure was finally released and the volcano exploded into life, the ash and the rock was blasted several kilometers into the air. Not several hundred meters, not 200 or 300 meters, but 2 or 3 kilometers. For there to be a mega tsunami from Cumbre Vieja to hit the Atlantic seaboard of the United States, you need something along the lines of VEI 5, which is what Mount St. Helens was. Right now we're barely a VEI 0 on Cumbre Vieja. Yes, it's deadly, yes, it's destructive, and people have lost their homes. However, no one has died, as far as I'm aware. And certainly there's been no landslip into the Atlantic. So right now, that volcano poses no threat whatsoever. So why have all the press got into a tizzy fit saying, oh, it's going to create a mega tsunami? It sounds sensational. Sensationalism sells newspapers. That's all. There will be no mega tsunami from that volcano with this eruption. It simply isn't powerful enough. Hey up, hey up, hey up, 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 up. I can go this way. It's sending me another way out. Go to the next junction, turn around. Should have peeled off there. but instead I've kind of gone the wrong way. So I have to find a place now to safely turn around. Yeah, there's a player around me, so I can't really lock it round, as I'll probably end up blocking the road. I don't want to do that. Being a game moderator on TMP, it's never a good thing if I start driving, baking or bending the rules. Probably do it now, there's nobody about. Okay. Ah, there's a place there. That'll do it. There's a factory there. Now, can I actually... Has it got a junction across it? I believe it might have. Yeah. I'm pretty sure Triette won't mind. If I borrow that yard to spin it round in. Okay. These new hydrogen-powered tanks, there's a slight... Oh, God! Full of 5Ps and fluff again. That's not good. That ain't good. You're kidding me, I can't drive over that rock? Over that bloody lump of wood? Seriously? Surely the bull bar was skittled out of the bloody way, but no. And it did damage. Can't have that. Right. Never good when that happens. My one's got a machine's got a habit of socks seem to disappear. You know, I'll put 6 socks in there and get 3 out. Right. We're back on course now, and we are heading down. We're heading down the E75, heading down towards Helsinki. That's our plan. And we'll get down to Helsinki, and as I say, we'll be catching the boat. So Be nice easy drive. I think there's a truck show next weekend as well. Up near Knutsford. So I might go that one. As in tomorrow. Yeah, I might nip out there. Yeah, I might actually nip that to that one, Newark. It's just up the A46, so it's relatively easy to get to. Oh, but what a knob blowing his fuse in his in the van. Well, the nice thing about TMP, if we wanted to, we can actually drive a Skoda. Yes. Yeah, I heard that the BMW pulled out on him. Although it ain't done much damage. He never told me about that one. He kept that one bloody quiet. Mind you, he can't see over the fucking steering wheel, that's his problem. He's a bloody short arse. Although I am looking forward to the new trucks that are supposed to be coming. Don't know, I've heard that we're getting an XF, maybe. But where's the current XF or the new gen? I don't know. Although chances are it'll be another Iveco. I bet that I'll get it. Yeah. But what are these things on the, yeah. What are those? What are those for? You know, I would like... No, I wouldn't have an MAN. I'd like a DAF 105 in good condition. Yeah. I mean, the Volvo, they are a good truck. Just that the one I drive is not a very good example of it. This thing's falling apart. Yeah, there's that many bloody dinks in the fucking bodywork now, rips in the curtain. Oh yeah, the DAF are lovely. Very comfortable as well. And very, very spacious. Yeah, because there's no real bells and whistles to them. Also as well, with Volvo, you're paying for the name. You know, with Scania, you're paying for the name. That little badge, that little gripping badge. I mean, somebody I know brought 2 little Scania badges. 40 quid! Posted for the bloody badges. They're not cheap. I mean, when I was working for DHL on the Pirelli contract, one of the trucks I used to drive was a little DAF LF. Then there's a Renault Midland. Yeah. My one, the MAN I was, a little TGL. MAN stood for Makes Annoying Noises. TGL stood for Totally Gutless. It was fucking awful. The other thing about it was that the engine was quiet. It was a very smooth, very quiet engine, but that was about all it had going for it. The panels rattled, the ultrasonics squealed. Going down the road, I had my headlights on, and I could see them reflecting in the car in front, and it was telling me my headlights weren't working. The lights had blown. Left hand high beam not working, right hand high beam not working. Flash. No, they still work. Yeah. Left hand indicator was still working. I can see the thing flashing in the reflection. Tick tock, tick tock. They're not looking at it. Yep, it's working. Yeah. The MAN did have a flat floor. With the DAP, you have got a slight doghouse. Yeah, you got a bit of an engine hump in the DAF. Not much of one, I'll grant you. I mean, this one, this virtual truck here. I mean, this is actually pretty accurate. I've actually been inside of 105. I've been inside of 106 as well, and it is relatively accurate. Yeah. Things are where they are supposed to be. The dashboard is where it's supposed to be. Tacho's where it is, although up there. I've seen some with the radio up there as well, actually. Yeah. The clocks are accurate. The wheel is accurate. The switchgear is also accurate, although the radio, tuned to radio 3. I can't do that in the Volvo. Not enough space. It's an absolute bitch trying to get me leg onto the bloody onto the engine hump. Although when I'm on my 45 minute, I put my feet on the dashboard and put my head up against the door and go to sleep. There's a perfect good fucking boat behind me. But yeah. Yeah, it's one of the early ones as well that SCS made, this is. And people, they slate it. Saying, it's typical SCS cheap quality. No, it's pretty accurate. I mean, I think all the current range that SCS have done are pretty good. Right, here we go. Ah, on mine, yeah, that's because I've got the 105. You drive the 106. Let's just pull over here. So I'm out of the way. Yeah, I'm in non-collisions area. I can park up here. Bump, 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 bump. Have I got a 106 in the fleet? No, I have not. Okay, that can be sorted out. Let's put the stop visor. Yeah, that's pretty much what you drive. It's just about that's probably about as close as it's going to be. There. Right. Oh. Although you've probably got for about 480 or 460. Now, Yeah, those are the Euro 6 mirrors. Fuck off. Yeah, and the 105 as well, the 106 as well. Let's just get the standard. Yeah. That's actually, it really is a nice interior. Yeah, the mirrors are bloody huge. Yeah, you've got the CD player there. It's a multi-tainment system thingy. Yeah, it's probably. I think that's the actual cab that we've got actually. With the lousy. Let's have a look what wheel we've got. Yeah, standard wheel. Yeah. I don't think that's the GPS though in this particular one. It might be actually. It might be a GPS. Yeah, with this, they took the quarter light away. They've noticed that mine's got a quarter light down there. I actually don't mind the quarter light because when with these, when the windows are down so far, "10-second stutter every time you make a turn," it uses. Never know. I'd have to. You have to explain that on Monday. Yeah, you got your heater controls down there. That I think it scrolls your through there. That's your light switch there, I think. Very sort of obviously the gear knob. The MAN that I used to drive, it was down here. Yeah, that's accurate as well. Speaker up there. Speakers there. There's actually another one there as well. Although what I don't like about this is that when you're actually outside the truck, the inside is really low res. And SCS and their finery, that's an 800 litre fuel tank. 800 litres. Seriously? If that's an 800 litre fuel tank, then my XF has got 1,500 litres. I mean, that's got an 800 litre tank on. I haven't raised that with SCS and their bug reports. They haven't done anything about it yet. It's still an 800 litre tank. Oh, the buttons are all different way around. The MAN I used to drive, it had the same switchgear that was in the DAF. It's the same gearbox. And car comes in, flicks into reverse. Nothing. I'm like, I mean, bloody. It was doing that. And it was going on and tick-tock. And I can feel the truck rocking as the display goes DNR and DNR and DNR. Like, come on, pick up gear. Bang! Next sound I heard was the dash cam. Beep beep. Storing a clip. Like, so I looked at my rear view camera. No one behind me. Looked at my mirrors. Nothing behind me. Looked at my other mirror. Nothing behind me. Looked at my front. Nothing in front of me. It's like the gearbox went into gear with such force. Triggered the dash cam. Like, what the fuck? But later on, I got given a Mercatigo, little 7.5 tonner. What a fucking brilliant little truck that was. Although one of the when we had the MANs, we had 3 of them come in together. You're a 63 plate. November 2013, one of them got written off. Apparently the lad who was driving it, agency guy, drove into the back of a shipping container, on the back of a container trailer. I was like, how the fuck did he do that? Travelling too fucking close, that's how. But the Ertigo were lovely. Okay, the cab was a little noisier, but it had electric windows. The MAN had wind-up windows. I mean, who in 2013 gives their vehicles wind-up windows? Because when it was raining and the rain was on the left-hand window, I used to wind the window down to give me clear vision. I couldn't do that in the MAN because I had to reach across the fucking cab. I can't reach that far. On the Ertigo, click. And it had didn't have aircon, but it had a sunroof, which was great in summer. Just pop the front, just lift the front of the sunroof up, and going down the road, it would pull in cool air. Fucking lovely truck. It was bloody brilliant. And the gear sticker was on the stalk. He goes, come along, he's like, flick it. And you come to a stop, it was like, tap tap, into reverse. No questions asked. You want reverse? It'll give you reverse. You want first? I'll give you first. The only thing I didn't like about it was the same thing I didn't like about the MAN. When you sat at a set of lights and you want to go, because it's an automated manual gearbox, it was slow to release the clutch. I found the Renault much more responsive because it was a manual. You know, and that's manual transmission. You can't beat a manual for a 7.5. With something like this where you got 16 speeds to go up, yeah. An auto, yeah, not a problem. Yeah. Rear lift tag axle, something like that. Yeah, that's fine. Well, Scania don't make any 7.5s. Not many people are making the 7.5 tonners now, but it's a dying market. But to be honest, for the work that we do, 7.5 tons, you know, for the vast majority, are ideal. Well, it's 10 o'clock already. Wow. I'll get to my destination in a little while. Yeah, I've only got 408 kilometers to go. 408 kilometers on fine German autobahns. And then I will swap truck and manual. I think I'll keep the XF. I think I'll keep it my XF. Might actually replace all my vehicles in this profile with DAF 105s. What's this one done? What's this one actually done? $240,000. Oh dear. I'm tired though. Hamburg. It's great when you can do that down a tunnel and hear the echo. Well, I can see these coming up on British roads at some stage. Yeah, well, the thing is, I think that is also something that the government should have addressed. Bring back grandfather rights on 7.5 tonners. I mean, that's how I started driving. I got 7.5 ton on my license, I might as well fucking use it. You know, and because right now people have got to take a separate test. So if you've had your license over 5 years, for example, a free upgrade to a 7.5 tonner. You got a 7.5 tonner on your license. Now you can do something. You can do a home delivery in a van, you know, or in a 7.5. You know, food delivery for Tesco's in a 7.5 tonner. You can get into little places, you know, and then you can get build up your experience, and then you can possibly go for your class 2. You know, make it easier for people to actually get into the industry, and then make the industry that we're in more attractive for people to work in. Because right now, truck drivers, we hate it. You know, we want a new Tesco. We don't want a new Tesco. You know, because we don't want to have to travel X amount of miles. But we don't want the trucks delivering to the Tesco. It's crazy. Some of the things that this government is supposed to have done, whether you voted leave or remain, it doesn't matter. Yeah, you've got to admit that you've not done a very good job. Yeah, okay, COVID slung a fucking curveball. Yeah, but take COVID out of the situation, and you find that we've done very little planning for a potential driver shortage when and we've relied on cheap Eastern European labour to feed ourselves, to deliver our stuff. A lot of our drivers were Eastern European. A lot of the people who pick your bloody cabbages out, you know, and carrots out the ground, Eastern European. So without Eastern European labour, we can't as a nation feed ourselves. We're a modern nation. We're a G7 nation. And we can't feed ourselves because we're so used to paying bloody Eastern European workers Eastern European wages. As a result, Brits don't want to get out and work for that kind of fucking money. I'm sorry, but they should get up their fucking fat arse and work. If you're on the universal credit, you're on the dole, you want to make a dole, go out bloody picking cabbages for the farmers. Yeah, do something useful to earn your fucking dole. Yeah, I'm a good man to that. Oh yeah, I've had a letter from Department of Transport. We would like you to, we've noted our records show that you have a heavy goods vehicle license. Can you please come back to the industry? I'm a truck driver. And you've sent everybody with a HCV license this. Yeah, surely another quick check. Oh, he's got a CPC, he must be driving. Of course, he did some hours for his CPC this year. That was my ADR course. How short-sighted government can you get? It's bloody crazy. Yeah. Let's make our, drive down to carbon neutral. Let's waste a load of fucking paper, print out useless fucking letters. Although I might actually reply to her and send a few suggestions on how to deal with the current issues, because we knew that we should have known, or they should have known, that when we voted to leave the European Union, a large quantity of our Eastern European workforce, or even European workforce in general, are going to fuck off back to Europe. And they did. They should have planned for this. They should have expected this, but oh my god, all of our European workers have gone. What can we do? And the one that are staying have applied for settled status. You waited about 6 or 7 years time, or even say 10 years time. They'll get deported back to Germany, Poland, wherever, because they won't have the paperwork. Because the government has lost the paperwork. Windrush anybody? Yeah. Our current government, probably you can give them a bloody a pile of bricks, pile of red bricks, and say to Boris Johnson, Jacob Rees-Mogg and Dominic Raab, over there there's a pile of red bricks, get me a red brick. You'll probably come back with something totally different. Yeah, I wouldn't trust them to to do something like pick a red brick off a pile of red bricks, because he'll fuck that up like they fucked everything else up. I mean, I voted to remain in the European Union, not because I love Europe. Yeah, okay, Europe is good. I like the idea. But I can't trust this government to do anything half competent and get us out of the bloody mess. Because when they started campaigning all this bloody, oh this, that and the other, I'm like, probably get caught in your spam box. When I was at DHR, when the referendum was on, and I voted to remain, and work found out, I was like, why did you vote remain? Because I can't trust the government to make them fucking to do the job properly. Because they won't, and they didn't. And as a result, as a nation, we have collectively chose to shit in our bed. Now we've got to lie in that shit-ridden bed. As a nation. It's not very nice, is it? Lying in a shit-ridden bed. Because right now, that's what we are having to do. Because we made the right fuck up of Brexit. Yeah. Stuff that fruit that wants to come over from Europe, your oranges, your tangerines, what have you. Shows on the shelves now, because Eastern European and European drivers in general don't want to come here because they do not want their drivers sat in customs queues. And we don't send in so much stuff abroad. as a nation. I mean, because quite simply, we don't want our drivers being caught in customs. Oh, bollocks. Oh, bollocks. Ah, sorry. Not reroute. Yeah, we don't want our... and the thing is as well, our European customer base isn't buying so much off the UK now because they want to make sure that their stuff can get there in a timely manner. Not get caught up in fucking customs. We wanted to become a third nation, and we become a third nation, and now we're not happy about being a third nation. And when we want to join the European Union, and Europe says, nope, we've only got ourselves to blame. Because they will say no. It's pretty much a guarantee. They will say no. You're not coming back. At least not yet. Find a deal and we will renege on that deal. Because we're British. We have hankerings of the British Empire. Well, our time of greatness was in the 1950s. Well, as you know, it was in the 1930s and 1940s. When World War II ended, we got loads of airfields knocking around. Great for civilian land-based aviation. This is how backward our country is. We wanted to sell a new aircraft. What did we try to sell? A flying boat. Flying boats went out of fashion in the 1930s and 1940s. And then we tried to sell to Europe things like the 7 Atkinson Borderer. This is a truck which had less mod cons than the vehicle built in the 1940s, and we were building it in the 1960s and 1970s. Yet Scania were up, and Volvo, Mercedes, DAF were offering stuff with sleeper cabs, radios, heaters, air conditioning, wind down windows. What did we have? Noisy cabs without a bunk and leather strap, and basically you had a belt and a clip. Your window was either up or down. No wonder the British trucking industry went bust. We were behind the times, yet we tried to sell it to the world. The world had moved on. The world has moved on. Europe has moved on. England or Great Britain, well, specifically England, Scotland has moved with the times. England hasn't. We're still stuck in the 1940s. That's where we are. You know, our nation is... it's screwed, basically. Yay, just becomes full. And I think if we're not careful, we're going to end up with food riots. Because there are going to be empty shelves. We already had bloody petrol riots. Because people are panic buying and what have you. Causing trouble in the forecourts. Because one or two garages ran out of fuel. And then the press got hold of it. And spun the story. And then people go to the local garage and drain it dry. Because they might run out of fuel. I fueled up on the motorway this week. And yeah, there've been plenty of queues on the motorway network, but I've had it. I can been able to come along and fuel up. I've had no trouble. I'll go to Amsterdam. Yeah, so if people were to do something quite simple like don't panic. Your car can do 30 to 40 to the gallon, maybe more. Yeah. Just fill up as you need. My car has used less than a needle increment all week. I've got half a tank of fuel in. And it'll probably last me. Because I don't do that many miles. If you only do a handful of miles a week, you don't need to brim your tank because you've got, put fuel in because you've only got 3/4 of a tank. You don't need to. If I was in my factory, I was working at Pirelli, then yeah, I would have to fill up every couple of days. Just top it up. But yeah, there was no shortage. The fuel is in the refineries. It's there. Yeah, it's in the tankers. It's there. It's on its way. And ridiculous. I think that might be what, call me cynical, but I think that's what this government might be planning. Yeah. Crash the economy so they can collect it on a bet. So their investment companies do well. Well, I really hope that isn't the case. And right now, a lot of people have voted for a lie. They've been ripped off. And now it's starting to dawn on them just how much they've been ripped off by this useless government. I mean, the pandemic, they've had no planning. Australia, New Zealand, island nations like ours. They pretty much got it out of the country. Why can't we? We've got the same geodynamics. You know, we're an island. Yeah. Close the borders. Yeah. If freight comes here, it comes here in containers. Job done. You know. Other company trailers. Stick it on the boat. Stick them over here. Stick them in the port. Let the truckies take the stuff from the docks to wherever, back to the docks with the reload. But it's back on the ship and gets taken to Europe. Nobody from Europe comes over here. Why didn't we do that? Lock the ports down. Then we wouldn't need to have had that massive lockdown. But we did. Yeah, our planning is useless. We knew it was coming, but we reacted too little, too late. Why? Again, no forward planning of the Conservative government. Labour probably couldn't do any better. And that's what annoys me about this government. Yeah, they handed out contracts to their friends. They got us into this mess. They should get us out of this mess. I'm just looking across my laptop. Started streaming 7 minutes ago. Started streaming about 2 hours ago. Truck. Right, you know what? Let's see where the odd spark is. Oh yes, tell me something. Does that look like the old Eddie Stobart logo? God, yeah. Whoop. Now, let's see if I can back this up, shall we? Hello, Hot Rock. Hello. You've come in a bit late as well. And yes, I've still got me daff. Well, still hasn't got to 1,000,000 kilometres yet. Right. Right. My plan requires me to get this entire... Oh, great. Glad somebody's dealing with the fuel shortage. Well, to be honest, Scotland hasn't had it as bad. Although everyone's been complaining about the fuel shortage. I have to fuel up every day at work, having done, to make sure I've got a full tank for the following day. I've not had a problem. I've just been filling up putting 100 litres in every day for, once now that I've got a full tank, just to keep my tank topped off. And, I've not had a problem. I've seen loads of fuel stations around. No fuel, no fuel, no fuel. But, yeah, there's no need for it. I've still got half a tank in my car. And that'll last me about another 2 weeks, I reckon. And when I get to work, I usually have a nap before I start. That's a habit more than anything else. I'll be in the car. I'll have my engine idling. Run the heater. Yeah, burning fuel. I've not had a problem. So all these people thinking, oh, there's a fuel shortage, there's a fuel. There is no shortage. Well, I fueled up on Sandbach. Sandbach is fine. Sandbach and Knutsford are fine. Walk and brake on the M6, Kiel and Stafford. They ran out of HGV fuel. But part of the problem is they're not keeping enough stock in the tanks. You know, they're keeping the tanks at about a third full. Fill the fuckers up. You know, keep your regular deliveries coming in. But when you get them, you know, when you get fuel, keep it topped up. Yeah. Close the garages at say 10 o'clock at night and order a fuel delivery to come in during the night. Do it that way. Well, if I had my way, I'd have a bloody, you know, what they should have done when they built the motorway network. They should have tapped into the national strategic pipeline, which carries diesel fuel and what have you, all over the place. Yeah, there's a fuel depot in Stanlow. 2 pipes come out. Why not have 2 main pipes? Yeah, 36-inch main bore pipes come out of there. One carrying petrol, one carrying diesel. And then at every petrol station that's on the M6, yeah, link it in with that. And do the same on the M1. So then every petrol station is not reliant on tankers. Why did they not do that when they built the motorway network? Short-sighted fucking planning from the government at the time. Typical of our country, that is. So short-sighted. Yeah, the Germans. Yeah, the Germans under Adolf Hitler put the motorways in. The Romans. Even they had forward planning. Yeah, exactly. You've hit it in the head there. That message actually got picked up and flagged as inappropriate. I had to manually accept that message. Yeah, because they are stupid. Stupid and useless. Dear. And they're looking at, we're going to get 5,000 bloody drivers from Europe. Well, that's okay, give them the bloody visas, but if they don't want to come here because there's already a driver shortage in Europe, and it's only going to be a temporary measure anyway, they won't come. Yeah, and we vote, and people will be moaning that, well, we voted Brexit to get away from all these Eastern European workers stealing our job. And now you're bringing them back? They won't come. What you do, you have a, you know, instead of ordering, say, 1 tanker load, you order 2 or 3 during the night. So, because 1 tanker might serve, say, about 3 or 4 different garages. But the tanks are, they're not BP. Used to be a BP. What used to be? I think it used to be an Amoco or an Alf. The tanks in that garage, and the tanks in, say, Samat Services, they're huge. They're like half the size of a swimming pool. You know, they're the size of a freaking porter cabin under there, and there's 4 or 5 of them, and you're never fully stocked. Keep the bloody thing stocked up. But, you know, forward planning and all that malarkey. Yeah, they have. Well, there's a shortage of HGV drivers across general trade. Tanker drivers, they're fine. There's a waiting list for some tanker companies because they've got all the tanker drivers they need. And one simply does not become a tanker driver. There is training to be had. Yeah, there's quite a lot of specialist training to become a tanker driver. But they've known about this. Yeah, the tanker does, but the actual tanks under there, underground, hold a bit more than that. But and there's several of them. But again, lack of forethought and planning from this country. Yeah, it's ridiculous. Completely and utterly ridiculous as to the amount of planning that this country does not do. You know, so why, you know, why can't you have, do the research, do what they need to do? They're paid to run the country, but they're not fucking running it very well at the moment. We've got yeah, Wiggy. Yeah, he's useless. He's absolutely bloody useless. Yeah, and one of the things that this country did, I mean, this was probably started under Thatcher and maybe under Blair and Brown. In the 1950s, we built the Magnox program. Kermit the Frog could do a better fucking job. No, we built the Magnox program in the 1940s, 1950s. First power station was Calder Hall. And then, I think it was Calder Hall. Chapel Cross. Now, the Magnox program was originally developed to produce plutonium for our nuclear bombs. You can actually do that with any nuclear reactor to producing plutonium. But they hooked them up to the national grid. And we built Berkeley, Chapel Cross, Calder Hall, Berkeley, Bradwell, Hinkley Point A, Sizewell A. Built quite a few of these, Wilfer and Albury on the south coast. And after 47 years of operation, I think it was in 2003, they shut down the first of the Magnox reactors, Chapel Cross. And then they started to shut the other ones down shortly thereafter, with Wilfer going offline about 4 years ago. But whilst the Magnox program was being built, we also moved on to the AGR, the Advanced Gas Cooled Reactor. And now they are coming to the end of their service lives. The Magnox reactors, they've all gone. What have we replaced them with? We've shut down Rugeley, Ferry Bridge, Fiddler's Ferry, and all our other coal-fired power stations, and replaced them with wind turbines and solar fields. Well, in winter, you don't get much daylight. So they're going to be down, generating capacity is going to be down by about 50%. Wind turbines. When there's no wind, the blades don't spin. When it's too windy, which is a problem when you get winter, because you get winter storms. To prevent damage to the turbines, the blades stop, feather, and they no longer rotate. Well, if you see what there's one near up in Lincolnshire, I think I spotted. I was driving round, and it only had two blades on. There's a big dent in the tower. Well, that's not generating power, is it? Because there's a smashed blade. The blade was lying on the floor in pieces. Yeah. So we then have to rely on France and Europe for our electrical power through a series of interconnectors, high voltage DC. One of those caught fire. So now we've got one of our interconnectors down. What if we, for some reason, the others have to, they find the fault with them? This is why the interconnector failed. And the other 6 of the same design, so you have to shut them down. It's a cold winter with not much wind. We're going to have problems with our electrical grid. Go electric, they say. In 2025 or whenever it is, or 2030, yeah, we won't be able to buy a brand new petrol-powered Ford Focus. It'll have to be electric. And a few years after that, hybrids won't be sold. So then you're going to be relying on the electrical grid to hook up. What happens when the nuclear AGR power stations shut down? We haven't even completed Hinkley Point C yet. Yep. They should have started building Hinkley Point C before they shut the Magnox down. They should have started building more nuclear reactors to replace the ones that they're about to shut down. They should have built more hydro stations in reservoirs. There's a perfectly good, a massive reservoir on the opposite the M62 as you go across. You could put a small turbine in that. Yeah, it will power the local villages in the area. You could have built small nuclear power stations. They don't need to be very big. They just need to provide power. But they haven't. They've provided no forward planning. Let's shut down the Magnum reactors because you're getting 47 years old. Boom, off you go. What do we replace them with? That'll be all right. We've got the AGRs yet. Oh dear, the AGR's about to run out of service life. I think Heysham shuts off. Let's see how long Heysham's got left. I've actually been around Heysham. It's quite an interesting tour. I mean, that was opened in 1980. The Chapel Cross Power Station ran for 47 years. And yeah, in 2010 they said it was safe, a safe location for a suitable site. Yeah, you got Hartlepool. In Hunterston B. Yeah, you got Hunterston A as well, which was also I think that was also Magnox. Have you actually been in it? I've actually stood on the viewing gallery, looking down on the reactor face. Really is an interesting tour. Get yourself on the tour and get in there. Yeah, 2030 is when they are going to be considering shutting down Heysham 1, Heysham 2 and Torness. That one could be running for another few years. But they need to consider now building the replacements. Because otherwise we're going to have problems. But nope. We'll try to they'll try to fucking win it, won't they? No forethought, no forward planning. It's fucking massive inside. So they got 2 reactors in each building. There's 4 reactors on station. And the plant is massive. Two turbines in each building. one turbine per reactor. I mean, when I went there, yeah, it was a Saturday. I'd arranged a tour like for the Saturday. Without booking in advance, because you have to be security vetted by the National Nuclear Regulatory Authority. Yeah, then you get emailed, so you go on this tour. I turned to one side, I was like, yeah, I've come for the tour. And you take me, I'm like, where's everybody else? You're it. Alrighty. So I got the... I was able to obviously interact more with the staff who run the tour. And it was interesting. And I'd already got confidence in nuclear power anyway. For low carbon, for its safety. It is safe. But these reactors, 2030 is when you'll probably start to consider shutting down Haitian 1. We're in 2021. We'll be in 2022 next year. And like I say, hopeless because they haven't made any forward planning. Yeah. Still only got the standard regular tour path like, but I was able to interact more with the tour guides. What was the point that we were half an hour behind schedule at the end of about 3/4 of the way through? And by the time the tour was over, we were an hour behind schedule. They were wondering, thought we got lost. Yeah, and now we're building Hinkley Point C. That is going to go hopelessly over budget by the time it opens. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. But it's like everything else. In the 1940s, we've just come out of the Second World War, like I said earlier on. We got loads of land bases which got turned into aircraft. Big airbase in Berlin became Berlin Tempelhof Airport. Charles de Gaulle Airport, that was an airbase, a German and Luftwaffe airbase. Frankfurt airbase, well, Frankfurt Airport, yep, that was an airbase too. London Airport, that became Heathrow. Yep. And what were we trying to sell as the future of passenger aviation? Boeing was selling a land-based plane with wheeled undercarriage. Douglas, land-based plane with wheeled undercarriage. Tupolev, land-based plane with wheeled undercarriage. What were we trying to sell? A flying boat. We built 4 prototypes and they all got scrapped. Why? And then you wonder why this country has gone down the fucking pan. We've allowed ourselves to get overtaken by other nations because as a country we failed to evolve and move on. And what happens when creatures fail to evolve? They become extinct. And that's what's happened to our industry. Our shipbuilding industry failed to evolve. Yeah. In the 1950s and 1960s, half the world's shipping was carried on ships made in England. A quarter of the world's ships, the world shipping, was made on ships made in Scotland. Now, nearly all the world shipping comes on ships made by Hyundai, Samsung, Mitsubishi. Yeah, the QE2 was made on the Clyde. Queen Mary was made in France. And this is where I fear where this country is going. Yeah, and we voted to leave the European Union to increase trade. Why did we not stay in it? Because we wanted to be like we were in the 1940s and 1950s. But there's too many foreign voices on the bus and British people can't get a job. My British son. Your British son can't get a job because he ain't going out and fucking looking for one. Yeah. Listen, Europeans who came over here to work weren't coming over here to steal jobs. They were coming over here because the jobs were there that we weren't taking. Because we want our British kids wanted it cushy. You want everything handy to them. The millennium. No, it just don't happen like that. And I could go on and on and on. We're a modern nation. We shouldn't have to struggle to feed ourselves, because that's what's happening. We shouldn't need foreign labour to feed ourselves. Exactly. Life don't work like that. If you want something, you have to go out, get a job, earn some money to make it. I mean, obviously, if you're disabled and you can't work, then it's for the government to look after you. But if you're able to work and you're on universal credit, if you're on universal credit, the government should make it easier for you to go out and earn your universal credit. Pick the fucking cabbages from the fucking fields. Yeah. Have some pride in your bloody, was it? Because that's the only way that this country is going to survive. We're going to have to dig ourselves out of this hole. We've dug ourselves in. Now we've got to dig ourselves out. And as a nation, we with Brexit and stuff like that, we have voted to shit the bed. And we shit the bed. And now we've got to lie in that bed. Because France ain't going to help us. You know, Germany ain't going to help us. Slovakia ain't going to help us. They would have done it if we were still in the EU, but because we left the EU. No nation now is going to help us. We need to unsoil our... Make them volunteer them. Yeah, a land army, you know, the old land army girls in the Second World War. Dig for victory. It became quite a thing. And that's what we need to do. Yeah. Okay, it's raining. It's not very nice working outside when it's raining. Well, now you know how the bloody Slovaks had to feel. We're digging out your cabbages so you can eat your cabbage on your bloody dinner. I mean, the £15 minimum wage that Labour Party wanted to consider, that will probably have a negative effect. Nice idea. But if more people actually got out and earned the crust, we wouldn't need to raise the minimum wage to cope with high prices. Because there'd be more supply, and therefore prices would come down. Prices for food and stuff is the supply and demand. Demand is high, supply is low, prices go up. And my tax. But that's another thing as well. You know, business owners. Yeah. Who earn our company's made this much profit this year. I'm going to reward myself a £2 million bonus, and they do, because I'm the managing director of ABC Industries. You know, we've made all this profit, so therefore, instead of giving yourself a £2 million bonus, give it to the workforce. Give them a pay rise. And therefore they can buy more of your produce. And they've just had a company of, let's say, his employees about 3,000 people, say. And the boss has just had a £2 million pay rise. Well, bloody pay bonus for profit dividends. You spread that £2 million across the entire workforce. That'd be one fuck of a pay rise. Then we wouldn't need to live on pittance. We would be able to afford ourselves. I mean, McDonald's in the UK probably make an absolute fuckload of money. But what happens? They're all franchises, so they get charged a fuckload by McDonald's in America. Jesus, as a result, they would work harder. And they would have pride in their job, because they know that their wages, they're appreciated. Yeah. If somebody's appreciated, they will work for that company. And they will enjoy going to work for that company. I mean, I enjoy the job I do. Most of the time. I have bad days. Do I think I'm underpaid? Yeah. Yeah, we all are. Because some guy in bloody down south, yeah, decided to award him a fucking bonus. Yeah, the forklift guys in the warehouse, they also work bloody hard. 2 o'clock in the morning. No, class 2. I don't drive with a trailer. WM Woods, who's one of the channel mods on here, he's a class 1 driver. I'm only a class 2. So I can't pull a trailer legally. That's the difference. He can pull a trailer legally, I can't. Well, the forklift truck drivers, they're just as important as me. Because if they don't put the stuff on my truck, I can't deliver it. Or when it comes back to the yard, it doesn't get put onto the truck that goes to Europe. They're just as important. So they should also get paid. But the people who really need to be paid the most are the young girls behind the counter at Burger King, at McDonald's, at KFC, at Tesco on the tills. Yeah. It's alright saying, yeah, you're going to get paid £10 an hour or what have you. But reduce the tax on them. Put the tax somewhere else. I can drive up to 32 tons. My truck is a 26 tonner. It can carry about 15 tons. That's still quite a bit of weight. That's still a fairly decent sized piece of kit. And yeah. Probably a lot more. I mean, the tanker drivers, they earn quite a bit of money. Being a tanker driver is a good job. There's a lot of responsibility though with a tanker driver. I wouldn't want it. No, your truck is a your 7.5 tonner. That's your total vehicle weight. You can carry about 2.5 on a 7.5, which ain't a lot. Our 7.5 tons at work weigh about 4.75 tons. I think in the next election, I think the government are going to get a kicking. Whether it be the Liberal Democrats or the Labour Party who win the election, I don't know, but I don't think it's going to be the Conservatives. Because of all the bloody mismanagement they've done, I think the people are going to lose faith. And Bozza, he couldn't organise a piss up in the fucking brewery. Same with bloody Jacob Rees-Mogg. You know, people think he's good because he speaks with a very posh accent. You know, my name is Mogg, Jacob Rees-Mogg. I come from Somerset. Yeah. My parents were this. My mother was that. I was born with not a silver spoon in my mouth, but a gold spoon. Yeah. And because he's got that hoity-toity act, people think he's trustworthy. People think he's knowledgeable. Fact is, he's out of touch. I mean, if you remember the like of Dennis Skinner, he was a miner, worked in the coal fields. Yeah, so and he knew what hard graft was like. And he never missed a single day until he got voted out. He had a good work ethic. Do I agree with a lot of the things he said? No. But he stood by his bloody principles. And he was a rare breed. He was an honest politician. But his boss at the time was useless. Which is why he got voted out, because people didn't trust Jeremy Corbyn. And I can see why. And I think Bozza is going to go the same way. And I think he knows it. So what he might do, call me bloody cynical, I think this is what he could do, is he runs the economy into such a position that the incoming party have to work really hard, fail, and they'll get back in again. I think they're trying to engineer a bloody economic crash in the UK, and then probably blame it on Europe. Because he knows he can't do the job properly. So let's really screw it up so he can blame it on somebody else. Instead of accepting his responsibility for his own bloody cock-ups. Well, no, he won't do that. He will not do that at all. Oh, little Dafal F180. Oh, they're cracking little truck they are. Your class 2 will cost you about 1,500 quid. There's theory test, hazard perception test that you need to take, a medical that you need as well. Then the training as well to drive the truck, and then the test. Cost is about 1,500 quid. I think I wouldn't be surprised if I made back my training fees now for that. The best move I ever made. Because 7.5 tonners, like I say, they're a dime market now. Because people aren't getting the grandfather rights on the license now. Oh yeah, you also need a CPC as well. But you drive a 7.5 tonner, so you probably already got that. Yeah, the little DAF LF. I mean, when I was working for DHL, the Renault Midland I drove was basically it was one of those. Same cab. Slightly different interior. The interior, I think, on the DAF is a better interior. I mean, if you work for a company, if they're willing to put you through it, go for it. Get them to put you through it. I was kind of hoping that DHL would put me through my class 2, but they didn't. So I had to do some van driving for a couple of years and then take myself. It's not a difficult test to pass. I find the as a perception harder because that's a computer thing. First one I actually failed it by was one or 2 points. Yeah. If you go in with your 7.5 ton license to start off with, I'll put you on 7.5 ton work. And then go from there. Back in this, so where can we go? Where can we go for this last half hour? Cargo market, I'm in Hull. Somewhere down. You know what? I think I might quickly guide my let's go back to Aalborg. Let's get my fridge fan. Try to magic. Refrigerated double. No, it's not that one. It's not that one. That's the one. Right then. Okay, now I have my fridge van. Okay, job market. Have I got any good? I've got a few good. I've got a few skins that I have made available. They're on the SCS forum. Me Falkland Island skin. I mean, a lot of the mods I've got now are some of my latest ones are pay mods, which obviously I don't like. Right, let's see what we've got. Grimsby. No, I don't want to go. I want to go to Accuray, Carlisle. Yeah. I think Carlisle is a nice little run to Carlisle. Carrying caviar, of all things. What oh God, now you're asking. I did have its spec sheet knocking about somewhere, but I ain't got it anymore. Actually, I need to go to my system. System settings. There we are. Right, what is my about? Right, I've got it's Ryzen 5 1600 3.59 gigahertz processor, 16 gig of RAM. That's the important bit. 64-bit operating system, x64 Windows. Storage. I have got 464 gigabyte SD. What's it? Well, it's getting quite full actually. Oh, I've got 50 gigs worth of bloody videos. They need to be moved. It's getting a little full. Yeah, it's 2/3 full. Well, 3/4 is full. So my I can delete those. Right, how much space is that? Yeah, it's not too bad actually. It's about the same. Pro mods can be an absolute bitch to load up sometimes. Yeah, but that's pro mods for you. back in a second. I just need to get my bloody nail clippers. It's actually pretty good. I do find that the biggest issue is my internet connection on YouTube can be quite slow when trying to upload bloody videos. Actually, I can go into my videos folder, I think. From there down to say about there. Right. Well, that's the trouble when I'm working as a yeah, Ryzen 7 9. Yeah, probably a good processor actually. That's made a bit of a dent. All these. Still some. Oh. Okay. I'll just try to clear up my bloody hard drive space. Yeah, I mean, 7 years old. I mean, you made that. I think would be a graphics card. Yeah, be a good price, I reckon. Get a good graphics card and you're laughing. That and a good monitor as well, I think. We don't want to turn off music. Actually, the pictures are okay. Well, that can go. Yeah, hang on to that. Yeah, as long as your graphic card works with your other computer. The thing is, I'm not a tech head. I think everything else is just games and shit. I know. I mean, I've got 14 gigabytes of mods. I didn't quite realise I had that many. I got 14 gig of mods. Oh, fucking hell, fire. Didn't quite realise I had that much. Yeah, 14 gigamods. Oh, bloody hell. Right, last run of the day. Which is going to take me to Carlisle. Actually, yeah, sod it. I've got things I need to do on TMP anyway, so. And then, oh, have you heard about the 1.42, by the way? Mods are going to be allowed into TMP, not into TMP, sorry, into SCS Convoy Mode. That's a processor problem. Although that aside, it can be that could also be pro mods. Anyway, Hot Rock, I need to end the stream here because I've got to do a few things. I will hopefully be back at the weekend, but you never know. I might pop in and do a pop-up stream at the weekends. Who knows? I've got a couple of weeks off coming up soon, anyways. So, I've got a week off in end of October, end of this month. I've got a week off end of November, and I've got 2 days off just before Christmas. Yeah, I'm looking at the blog for 1.42. So, yep, it's time for me to end the stream. And so you take care, look after yourself, be safe, be well, and enjoy yourself. And stay safe.